Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and Democrats may be celebrating the Supreme Court's decision right now, but that decision could be very short-lived. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. Yesterday, the Supreme Court allowed the lower court's judgment to stay in effect, which prevents President Donald Trump from using the Alien Enemies Act to deport members of the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua. But there's a caveat to that, and this is what happened next. This is what the headlines are not capturing. They only sent it back to the lower courts to be adjudicated again, and they asked them to expedite it. They wanted to go through the normal appeals process where it could then wind up back in front of the United States Supreme Court again. There was some conservative dissent in this decision, but this is not a defeat for Trump. It is a temporary defeat for President Trump, make no mistake about it, but it's not a permanent defeat. The United States is being invaded. It is being invaded by a dangerous criminal gang, and it has to be stopped. It's crazy to let this continue, and it's crazy to prevent the President of the United States from doing his duty, his number one duty. In the Constitution, the number one duty of the President of the United States is to protect the American people. That's his number one job. His number one responsibility in the Constitution. I think he's well within his rights to use this, but I understand the argument is it really is for an invading army in a time of actual declared war. I just don't think that argument holds water here in a new era when war is waged in many different ways. I want you to watch this and let me know what you think in the comments.
Let's get straight to CNN Chief Legal Affairs Correspondent Paula Reed. Paula, what are we learning?
So, Casey, this is a loss for President Trump, but this is not the final word. We know that he wants to speed up deportations, and as part of that plan, he has invoked the Alien Enemies Act, which allows him to proceed with deportations with less review than he would otherwise. Of course, this has set off litigation across the country. And here today, the Supreme Court has blocked the president from moving forward with deportations under this act for a group of immigrants in northern Texas. So he's siding with a group of Venezuelans in Texas who are worried that they were going to be imminently removed under this authority. So he's taking this issue and he's sending it back down to the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals to decide certain questions, important questions here, particularly about how much notice these individuals received in terms of the process that they are due. This is one of the issues that has come up in a lot of these cases. Now, while this is, again, a significant loss for the president, this is temporary, and this underlying legal fight continues to play out across the country.
Paula Reed, thanks very much for that update. And please do stand by for us if you don't mind. I want to bring in now CNN senior legal analyst Ellie Honig. Ellie, thank you so much for jumping in front of a camera for us with this breaking news. What do you make of it? I think worth noting, of course, that we did have two justices, conservative justices, making their dissent known.
Yeah, Casey, so this goes back to Trump's effort to deport alleged gang members of Tren de Aragua gang under the Alien Enemies Act. Now, this is a 1798 act passed in the year 1798, to be clear, that says that the administration can deport non-citizens if they are part of an invasion or an alien incursion in the United States. Now, the Trump administration is trying to apply that for the first time in history to a non-wartime scenario. All the prior times that was applied have been during the War of 1812, World War I, and World War II. Now, a federal district court judge in Texas, a Trump appointee, in fact, found that the presence of a gang or illegal aliens in the United States is not what that law means by an invasion. And at this point, with today's ruling, the Supreme Court has decided we're not going to overrule that. We're going to send it back down to continue through the normal appellate process to decide, A, whether the Alien Enemies Act applies, and B, if it does, how much notice, how much due process do people get to challenge it?
All right, Ellie, stand by for us. Our panel is joining us now. Joanna Coles, Alyssa Farah-Griffin.